today we are going to be looking at our sinking funds for September's budget. And for some of them, I'm kind of going to try to explain more of the breakdown, so we'll see how that goes. Well, first I want to talk about this sticker kit. It is from Caffeinated Cait. It came with this washi and this script header, a total strip, and I cut it down. This was a few different strips that I cut to make each of these columns. I think it's super cute. I love the theme and the colors and just how they all are coordinated together. So now we will list out our fun categories. And we have Amazon. We have auto insurance. We have auto maintenance. I have a beauty category, which includes basic hygiene as well, like toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, body wash. And then we have a category called BHA, which is an organization that my husband is a part of. We have card tabs. We have a closed budget for my husband and I. We each have our own. And we also have a dental and doctor category, or medical. Our dogs have their own combined category. Electric. Our electric bill varies, so we keep a sinking fund to regulate the cost of it each month. Entertainment. We have fitness / health. We have a furniture category. Our gas budget is in our sinking fund. Gifts. Our HOA that is due once a year is in our sinking funds. We have a home maintenance. A hunting / outdoors. We have an office supplies category. Vacation category. Vision. And water, which is our water bill. It's on a quarterly basis. We only pay every 3 months. So to kind of give you an idea of how we work with our budget and kind of how we come up with the numbers that we need, I will take our combined monthly income minus our fixed expenses, and then Matt and I will talk about groceries and restaurants, our budget, which we don't change too much. And so I'll subtract that from the budget, which will give us $1,942 to put towards sinking funds and our extra debt payment. So I'll take that amount and I have an Excel spreadsheet that I track everything from our check register. And so I'll put that 1942 up the top here. And this column, these are all of our sinking funds. This is what a average, it's almost never been this, but this is a good starting point for us on our monthly budget. This is what we did last month so far. This is what we had spent, and this was taken, I believe, on August 21st or 22nd. I can't remember what day we had went over this exactly. And then it shows you kind of where our categories are right now. It's still not the end of August, so these will definitely change, but it kind of gives us an idea. And so I print off a page for myself and a page for Matt, and then separately, it takes less than 10 minutes, and we will go down and decide what we want to put money towards. And then we'll take our two lists and I'll compare which ones did we vary, and then we'll discuss them together to figure out where our money should go. So, for example, he's going to know more about the hunting budget, and he says that he should be fine with $75. He has mostly everything he needs. The few little last minute items should be covered by that $75. I personally wanted to reduce our beauty budget, so I reduced that a little bit. And so we just talk it over until we come up with a plan of how to spend that money and how much we're going to put towards that extra debt payment. So that kind of gives you hopefully an idea of how we as a couple discuss our finances, and I always make sure that it's open and honest and there's no hiding information and money. And I really believe in having an open conversation about money because it's a number one argument in most relationships, and I don't want that to happen. I don't want resentment or Matt feeling like he doesn't have enough money for his hunting hobby and I don't have enough money for my YouTube hobby, and just having that conversation and discussing it and deciding together what to do with our combined income. We are a 2-income household, but we don't think of it as his money and my money. It's our money together. So that kind of gives you an idea of how we work through discussing money and coming up with our budget and our sinking funds. So, like I said, August isn't over, so I won't have our starting balances. Once August finishes, then I will be able to put in the starting balances. So for our expected column for Amazon, I am expecting we're going to put in $10. And that is from, it actually comes out in September. It's $120 for Amazon Prime for the year. So I'll take that 100, I think it's like 119, but close enough. $120 divided by 12 months in the year if it's that far out. If your starting budget in September and your Amazon Prime membership is due in December, you're only going to have September to fund that, October, November, and then December. So those 4 months. So if you're just starting out on your sinking fund, I would take the amount of your Amazon Prime for this example, which is 120, and divide it by 4. And for that sinking fund, each month you would want to put away $30 until it's paid in December. And then in December, you can start fresh and you've paid that Amazon Prime bill, and you can take that 120 and then divide it by 12, and then going from January all the way till December when your bill is due, you only would need to put in $10 a month, and it kind of allows your budget to be flexible in that sense. So that's where that comes, and I'm hoping, I have a friend that watches and she wanted to talk more about sinking funds, and we haven't got around to doing that, so I'm hoping this kind of helps her as well. So for auto insurance, we're going to put in $175. For auto maintenance, we're going to put in $50. So for auto maintenance, we don't know how much we're going to spend on that. Some things that go in there are wiper blades, oil changes, new tires could be in there, but we accumulate $50 for us, a good amount, and we have a couple hundred in there, so hopefully by the time we need tires, we'll have built that number up. So beauty I decided I only wanted to put in $107. I am trying to kind of find areas where I can save money. Typically, I get my eyebrows done every 3 weeks, but that means I'm going 17 times a year. And I figured if I could push it out each visit by a week, then I'm only going 13 times in the year. And so that saves 4 trips to get my eyebrows done, which, depending on how much I tip, can be, $30, $35. So 4 times kind of adds up. And for BHA, we are putting away $2. Car tabs, I am putting away $20. We have 4 vehicles that need car tabs, which is the truck, the RAV4, and we have 2 motorcycles. Those all need registration tabs. And I do it the same way as I do Amazon, as I take how much the tabs are for 1 or 2 years, and then I divide it out by how long we have until that bill is due. And all 4 of those together is roughly about $20. We put $35 towards each of our closed budget. For dental, we are just putting $30, and the same for doctor. Matt and I do get 6-month cleanings, and typically we don't have any cavities or anything. I did get my braces off recently, and the reason I had gotten braces was because my front 2 teeth were like crossed over. And when that happened throughout the years, that back tooth along the edge that was underneath the other one had gotten a cavity before, and it had been filled, but with them overlapping, it wasn't the easiest for them to fill. And it's been a long time. So now that they are straightened and I don't have the braces anymore, my dentist is going to redo that filling so that it looks nicer and to protect the tooth itself. So I will have that visit in September. For our dogs category, I did increase this to $175. We have a 11th month old puppy. His birthday is actually at the end of September, and he's a golden retriever. He's 75 pounds already, and we get a specific large breed dog food. It is about $50 a bag, and he's going through it like in 3 weeks. But we will be switching to an adult dog food here at the end of September, and then Leah and him will be on the same food. And electric, we budget $80 every month. When we were setting up our sinking funds at the beginning of this year, we took our electric bill for the past 12 months and we divided that by 12, which would give us an average bill for each month, and that being $80. And then when months are lower, it kind of builds up a cushion for when the bill is higher. For our entertainment, we are just putting $20 in there. There's not a lot going on for us. Fitness, we're not putting any money in. Furniture, we're adding $100. We are currently going to be looking for an entertainment center that has like a fireplace underneath it. So for our gas, we are bumping this up to $200. That is because last month we've used most of our $200 that we had in our sinking funds. Gas is going up a little bit. Matt is going to be hunting and will need money to drive up to where he goes hunting. For gifts, we are adding $155. Our HOA is $180 a month. It's due in at the end of the year. So we usually pay it in January or so. So I just take the full yearly amount, it's 180, and I divide it by 12, which gives us 15. And similar to the Amazon Prime category, so if you started your sinking funds today for September with a bill due in January, you would want to split it out for those 5 months. If it's due in the beginning of January and you don't want to include it in your January budget, then you would just include September, October, November, and December. So those 4 months, and then you would divide that 180 by 4, and then you would save $45 from each month to cover that bill in the future. So for us, we are putting $15 towards that savings. So sinking funds are just little savings account, and I keep them all in one separate account from our everyday checking account that bills and everything come out. They're kept separate so that they don't get mixed in. So for our home maintenance, we are putting $75 in that category. We are currently working on a paver patio, and we have most of our pavers got in, I would say, a third of it finished, and it's coming along well. We have most of the blocks already. We just need to have the time to set them down and level them all out. Most of it, I mean, we level them out as we go, but sometimes once you lay them all out, you kind of notice the little things. So for hunting and outdoors, we are putting $75. In our office supplies budget, we are putting $30. This is a little bit higher than I think we did last month, or let me double check. Yeah. So normally we only do 20 in this category. I did increase it because I think I'm going to get the October budget kit from Caffeinated Cait. It is absolutely adorable with little pumpkins, and I just love the colors of it. And here in the next few months, I will be purchasing the budget planner and everyday planner for 2021. I have 3 planners. I have a work planner, but it is on a July to June schedule. But my budget planner is on the yearly basis, typical January to December. And so is my everyday planner. I think for my budget planner, I'm going to stick with the Erin Condren for next year as well. But for my everyday planner, I currently have a Recollections one, which I really like, but I'm looking for one that has more of like a checklist style and allows me to hopefully be more productive and be a little more organized. Sorry if the video changed a little bit. I ran out of memory on my phone, so I had to pull that video off onto my computer, and I'm refilming it now. So I did leave off on talking about office supplies and buying a new budget planner, and then the last couple categories, we have vacation that we are putting $20 towards, vision we are adding $35, and then water is $18. Our water bill is due every 3 months. It's a quarterly bill, so we just take out a portion of it every month so that we don't have the full hit every few months. I added all this up, and it added up to $1,492, which matches the sinking funds category line item on our September budget. Again, at the end of August, I will close out the sinking funds, and the ending balance for August will be the starting balance for our sinking funds here. We have our expected. Our actual column is how we end September for our funds, because this is what we anticipate putting towards the funds, but sometimes life happens and we have to adjust our budget, we make sure that our budget is flexible. We still want to live life reasonably and be able to contribute to our debts to pay them down. So thank you for watching and following along. Please let me know down below if you have any questions or want more explanation on something. I tried to be a little bit more detailed to help explain how we set up our sinking funds and choose the amounts that we have. I appreciate you guys all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!